Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack your favorite companies, filings, and find the juicy bits the PR departments try to hide. Tonight, we're rediving into Coeptis, Therapeutics Holdings Incorporated, and Z Squared Incorporated. S latest S-4 filing. And let me tell you, this one is a roller coaster with a merger, a spin-off, and some serious cryptocurrency mining ambitions. So here is the headline. Coeptis Therapeutics Incorporated, a biopharmaceutical and technology company based in Wexford, Pennsylvania, is merging with Z Squared Incorporated, a company focused on cryptocurrency mining. This means Coeptis, the company you might know from its NASDAQ ticker symbol. CoPeop will change its name to Z Squared Incorporated and operate under the new ticker symbol ZSQR. But that is not all. Coeptis will also be spinning off its biopharmaceutical business into a separate company. It sounds like a plan to separate their more traditional drug development from the wild west of crypto mining. This filing is a big amendment number 3 for their registration statement. Essentially, it's them telling the SEC, hey, we're making some changes, we've got a proposed merger, and here is why we think you and your investors should be excited. The deal has been in the works since April 2025 according to the merger agreement. Coeptis is merging with Z Squared Incorporated. Z Squared is all about mining Dogecoin and Litecoin using specialized mining machines like the Antminer L7, L9 and DG1+. They replanning big operations across North Carolina, South Carolina and Iowa. Here's where it gets interesting, the financials. Coeptis is a biopharmaceutical and technology company, but it looks like their tech division is all about selling marketing software and robotic process automation tools. Meanwhile, Z Squared is all about crypto mining. They're basically combining a drug developer that is pivoting into tech with a crypto miner. So how do these two worlds meet financially? Looking at Coeptis S financials for the 6 months ended the 30th of June 2025, they reported revenue of $263,555. That is right, not millions, but thousands. Their operating loss for the same period was a hefty $8,578,198. For the 6 months ended the 30th of June 2025, revenue $263,555, loss from operations $8,578,198, net loss $7,755,527, loss per S-hair, basic and fully diluted $2.29. On the balance sheet as of the 30th of June 2025, Coeptis has total assets of $12,191,479. That sounds like a lot, right? But when you dig into it, a big chunk of that is tied up in investments and co-developmental rights. Their current liabilities are over $4 million. So they have more liabilities than assets effectively. Total liabilities are about $5.1 million, while total stockholders' equity is about $7 million. That is not too bad, but remember that accumulated deficit of over $105 million. That means they lost a lot of money over time. Now, let's look at Z Squared Incorporated. As of the 30th of June 2025, they show 0 revenue and 0 assets. They do have liabilities of $120, which is basically nothing. Their accumulated deficit is also $120, so they are pretty much a shell company for now. Their planned operations are heavily reliant on receiving mining machines through an asset for share exchange. As of the 30th of June 2025, total assets $, total liabilities $120, total street holders deficit $120. For the 6 months ended the 30th of June 2025, revenue net loss $. Coeptis mentions a substantial doubt about its ability to continue as a going concern. That is a fancy way of saying they re-worried they might not be able to stay in business without more money. Their strategy is to raise capital, which is exactly what this merger and spin-off are trying to achieve, and their biopharmaceutical division is still in very early stages with no human clinical trials planned until 2027 or later for some of its key programs. The filing is absolutely packed with risks. For Coeptis, they're concerned about clinical trial timelines, regulatory approvals, competition, and of course not being able to raise enough money. They've also had issues in the past with their stock price falling below NASDAQ listing requirements, which they managed to fix, but it shows the volatility. For Z Squared, the risks are even wilder. They're dealing with the insane volatility of cryptocurrency prices, the regulatory uncertainty around digital assets like Dogecoin and Litecoin, the potential for power price fluctuations, and dependence on a few mining hardware suppliers. They're also concerned about mining becoming unprofitable due to decreasing block rewards. And after the merger, they face all these risks combined. They could also face a delisting from Nasdaq if they can't meet those listing requirements, which would really hurt their stock price. Now, for the sweetener, Sunday Business Valuations Incorporated gave Coeptis a fairness opinion, saying the deal is fair financially. They estimate the post-merger market cap to be around $660 million, with Z Squared shareholders getting about 88.8% of the company. This is if everything goes perfectly according to their valuation. It is great that Coeptis shareholders might see a financial benefit, but it is important to remember this is based on Z Squared S-at valuation, which is subject to the very volatile crypto market. Z Squared S planned operations after the merger are to deploy about 9,000 ASIC miners. They plan to convert mined crypto assets to fiat or stablecoins quickly to mitigate price volatility. They re-aiming for an energy cost of 8.8 cents per kilowatt hour. Coeptis S stock was trading at around $12.47 before this merger announcement. Now, for my take on this entire deal, it feels like Coeptis is trying to shed a lot of its biopharmaceutical risk through the spin-off while doubling down on the explosive potential of crypto mining with Z Squared. The financials for Coeptis aren't exactly stellar at the moment, and that going concern warning is a big red flag. Z Squared is still very much in the planning stages, so the success of this merger hinges heavily on Z Squared actually executing its mining operations and Dogecoin and Litecoin holding their value or increasing. Looking at the principal stockholders of Coeptis, David Mihalik, their CEO holds about 5.36% of the company, but that is before this whole Z Squared deal completely changes the cap table. For Z Squared, David Halabu is the sole shareholder, making it 100% his company right now. But after the asset for share exchange with BSG Series CM LLC, that is going to change significantly with SMSE Capital Holdings and BSG Series CM becoming major players. This deal is a high stakes gamble. Coeptis is betting big on Z Squared's crypto mining future, aiming for massive growth by merging with a company that hasn't even started generating revenue yet. The spin-off of the biopharma assets could be smart if it allows Coeptis to truly focus on the tech and crypto side, but it also means shedding potentially valuable long-term assets from its core business. There is a lot of hope baked into those Z-squared valuations and a whole lot of risk. Only time will tell if this bold move pays off for Coeptis shareholders. Alright, that is our deep dive into Coeptis and Z Squared's latest filing. What is your take on this merger and spun-off combo? Will it be a crypto mining triumph or a pharmaceutical pivot gone sideways? Let me know in the comments below. If you got any value from this analysis, please smash that like button and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more breakdowns like this. And remember to join our Discord community linked in the description to keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.